Hi, this is a video response to a video called VP Shunt by Butterflyer. You mentioned about having a VP shunt and you found it unusual at your age. Unfortunately, I don't know what age you are, but I'm guessing you're in your 20s. I'm 30 and I had a VP shunt just under 4 months ago. I shaved the whole of the side of my head, which is kind of in fashion. I rocked it quite well. By all means, look at my videos because there's absolutely loads of them, all different, basically about the last sort of couple of months dealing with my illness, which I can't remember if I said, but it's idiopathic intracranial hypertension, IIH. I'm part of a charity called I Have IIH Foundation, which have very good resources on it. Things like if you haven't got an iPhone or an app or an Android smartphone and you want to keep a log of your your pain or your experience, they've got loads of like nice forms that you can fill out that sort of says if it's a headache, dizziness, and it's sort of set out especially for people with our sort of illness. I'm sure there's also lots to do with hydrocephalus. I know there's a lot of support groups, and I know on Twitter there's been a lot of support, and I've had a lot of support. I don't know the statistics of how many people have hydrocephalus, but like you said, it's normally premature babies, people who have spina bifida, I think it's multiple, no, I don't know. There are certain conditions that will give you hydrocephalus or will give you IH. Basically, the difference I understand between IH and a hydrocephalus is the size of the ventricles and whether the ventricles are likely to burst or not. Memory loss and not knowing where you are and forgetting who and what and all the rest of it, that is very, very common. I believe it's also quite common for people with hydrocephalus. Most people do get a shunt when they are a baby, but some people it can be I don't understand it, but I've heard most people have the shunt when they're a baby because that's when they're diagnosed. It could be that you were missed, or it could be that I don't know because I'm not a doctor. But I just wanted you to know you're not alone. There are other people suffering similar who have VP shunts. It might be that you're more suffering from IH rather than hydrocephalus. I don't know because, like I said, I haven't seen inside your brain. I haven't seen your CT scans or anything, so I can't possibly comment. But it is misdiagnosed a lot because my illness is very, very rare. And a lot of the time when they see a brain under extreme pressure, when they do the spinal tap, it normally means that it's water on the brain, and whenever you say water on the brain, most people think hydrocephalus. They don't think of IH or IIH. But yeah, if there's any questions you want to ask, I've been told not to push on my VP shunt, so I'm a bit worried you're pushing on your VP shunt. But then I'm very naughty and because I have like a bit of a button and I have been known just to a little bit of a push. But I've been told do not push on your shunt, so I have a strata shunt. You can actually see that my pressure's slightly up, even though I'm having a good day. Yeah, that's it really. Hopefully this video saves, because you know what, if it doesn't, I'm not doing another one. God bless, and I believe everything happens for a reason, and my reason for getting ill is to help other people through this illness. I also wonder how bad your sight is, your eyesight, if that's actually affected. And it's quite interesting that you said that only the water was at the top of your head. because the cerebral spinal fluid, which is basically the water, is actually encased around the brain in the two ventricles inside the brain, round the brain and down the spine. So if it was actually pooling at the top, I'd be very, very interested. I've not heard of that before. I might have to do some research. But mine is all over, and it basically just goes crush. My poor little brain can't handle it. Yeah, anyway, peace, or whatever.